What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another preview. Today we're doing Wolves vs Chelsea preview. So yeah, a lot has happened since the Liverpool game, I guess. Chelsea got an interim manager in Frank Lampard. I didn't make a video on that because there was no real point. He's not going to be around for that long anyway, and I feel like everything's been said on it. We'll talk about it briefly for this preview, and then we'll get into the team selection, all that. But yeah, another game, probably another loss, to be honest. We'll see if there's any kind of new manager bounce from Frank Lampard. I doubt it, to be fair. Like, these lot are just shit. At this point, the team is dog shit. Certain players are just never going to be good and they're never going to perform. I feel like Chelsea have an accumulation of good players, but there's no system you can play these guys in where it accentuates how good they can be. In terms of Frank Lampard coming in again, he's been here before. It didn't really end that well. I mean, I feel like some people think Frank Lampard was a pretty decent manager for us. I think he was alright for the first season. The second season, when he finally got some players in and there was expectation, we fell off. Lost that cup final, a bit unlucky. But at Everton, I mean, he kept them up and then they were dog shit all year long. Although they're still in a relegation battle, but they've been better since he's been gone. I guess the whole point is to try and find someone to motivate these lot, because at least they'll respect him as a person, right? Unlike Graham Potter, and obviously Bruno is still Graham Potter's guy, and apparently he didn't want to be interim manager for that Liverpool game, but he had to be. So yeah, Frank in. I mean, I don't see how it could go wrong. I mean, from Frank Lampard's side, it's all good for him because he was probably not in the running for any other job. Man's stock is at an all-time low. I think most of the public thinks he's a pretty dog shit manager. So I feel like this job for him was probably one of the only ones he was going to get, at least in the Prem. On a short-term basis, if he does something and he wins us some games and he does a decent run in Champions League, then he might actually get another job somewhere else. And of course, if we win it, which, I mean, hopeful. I know a lot of people keep saying that Chelsea are going to win the Champions League, brother. I don't see it, man. I don't see it. Not with these lot. But yeah, we'll see what he does. He's someone who uses young players. He's someone who likes English players very much. Like, he was always advocating for Chelsea to bring in like fucking some like Pope. He wanted Nick Pope. I'm pretty sure he wanted Tarkowski at some point when he was at Chelsea. He wanted Declan Rice. Like, he loves the English players. So I expect Mount and Gallagher to get a bit more of a run around since Potter's gone. He also wanted Mudryk, so it'll be interesting to see if Mudryk gets minutes and played in his actual position. In terms of for Chelsea, I think it just makes sense. You want to make sure you get the right guy. And I think the guy they want is Nagelsmann, and Nagelsmann is not available until the end of the season. And if you do bring someone in now, also if you do bring in someone right now, it's like if they mess up in these games, because it's a tough run of games, then they're probably not going to hear the end of it from Chelsea fans. So I think giving them a clean slate in the summer, maybe Frank can do some talent ID, see who should be here, who shouldn't be here. It'll be interesting to see if he switches us to a four at the back. But yeah, a lot of the players know him, so that's good. A lot of players have played under him and know him. Obviously, it's a bit awkward for some who he dropped, like Kepa, but we'll see what happens with that. In terms of getting into the team and the team selection and the Wolves game, I mean, there's not really too much to talk about the game because we don't know how Chelsea are going to line up. Like, we don't know how we're going to line up. Like, are we going to keep going with a pack five? Are we going to switch to a back four? It's going to be interesting. Will Raheem Sterling come back? Will Mason Mount come back? I don't know. Will Kante obviously played the last game and Mudryk didn't? So it'll be interesting if we go with something like this again. Will he try and keep it the same? Will he drop Kai Havertz to the bench where he belongs? Will Aubameyang get a mention again? Will Fofana come into the team? Like, there's so many questions, and I think it's like the Bruno team. It's like, how can I tell you an accurate team? Because there's a world where like most of these guys don't get in the team. Like maybe Chilwell and Rich James are nailed on and Kante, but apart from that, and Enzo obviously, everyone else is like you could switch them out. You could switch them out for anyone. So this is the team that we played last time. I mean, I don't know. If I was picking the team, I would just drop Kai. I think he's been so bad. I would probably go with something like this. I think Kovacic, he just like people will give him credit, but I don't think he's as good as people say. I would try something like this to be honest. I think this is a good team. We'll see if they're fit. I have a weird feeling Mason Mount's gonna get thrust straight back into the team. Will he go with a four? I don't know. I don't know. I can't tell you guys. I honestly can't tell you who's gonna play this game. We'll have to wait and see. It'll probably be a surprise to everybody. Hopefully the team has some kind of bounce though. Wolves are not a good team. Wolves are obviously not a good team. They're in a relegation battle. So I mean they have some nice players like Ruben Neves decent. Cunha's decent. Nunes is actually quite good. Their defense is decent. They don't score a lot of goals though, and that should work into our hands. We are going there. I mean, we've had some tough games against Wolves in the past, but I feel like our record recently isn't so bad against them. If we're going for a score prediction, in terms of the keys for this game, what do Chelsea need to do? Obviously, it's the same old, don't concede first, don't make any mistakes, man. And the biggest one is, can you score a goal, please? Don't create fucking 10 clear-cut chances and hit it over the bar. Like, there's an argument to be made that one goal will be enough to beat these lot. In terms of the league, Chelsea have nothing to play for, bruv. I mean, I guess you're playing for your position in the Real Madrid game on Wednesday, right? Like, this is the whole game. This is the build-up. You're trying to get in the Real Madrid team. You're trying to prove to Frank that you deserve to play. Hopefully we see some decent performances. Hopefully we see a few goals. Hopefully it's like a 2-3-0. I remember when we beat Wolves, was it 5 or 6-3 in Frank's first season? That was a pretty fun game. When Tomori scored that crazy goal, I don't think it was a shot, but the keys for this game is just score a goal or two, hopefully. I'm going to go 2-1 Chelsea for this game. I don't trust us to keep clean sheets, bro. Especially like I said, when we need to keep a clean sheet, we won't. These men have players like Adama Traore. I mean, if Koukouré is playing, we're in big trouble. If Koulibaly's playing, we're always in big trouble. So, yeah, overall, hopefully it's a good performance. That's it for this preview. Hopefully you enjoyed. I'll see you all after the game, and hopefully it's a Chelsea win, not a Chelsea loss. But who knows? Yeah, see you all next time.